Hey Pisces, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your January 2020 reading. I know this is a little bit late. They're going to be a little bit short, but that's just because we've been doing the 2020 yearly readings, and I feel like those are just jam-packed with information. And yeah, we're already into January, so we're going to keep it a little bit shorter. This is for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Take it if it resonates. If it doesn't, it's not for you. Check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising, as well as your Venus signs for a better look and for messages that may resonate actually better. Or really any reading that you're kind of drawn to might have messages that you need to hear. So that's why I always just say, if you're drawn to it, listen to it, watch it, heed the messages, see how they fit. If they don't, they're not for you. If they do, awesome. So Pisces, let's see here. There's a lot of astrology this year, this month. I'm actually doing this reading just before we have that first eclipse on December 10th. Do check out the reading that in the video that I did on the astrology, as well as the card pull for each sign. I did do a reading on that for the Cancer full moon lunar eclipse on January 10th. So let's talk about the astrology a little bit. Also, if you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe. Do make sure to share the video if you enjoy it. And hit that little wiggly bell in the corner if you want to be notified when I go live, whenever I post up a video. I do appreciate it, guys. So, the 4th of December, we have Mars moving into Sagittarius. That is going to be in your... What is that going to be? Your 10th house? Your 10th house, I believe. So that's going to be a lot more focus on, we're going to put a lot more energy and focus into work, into career, into all of that kind of stuff there. On the 10th of December, as I was just talking about, we have the lunar eclipse, full moon in Cancer. And that is going to be, I believe, in your 5th house. So... And Cancer is a very nurturing sign. This energy, again, energy of eclipses lasts for about 6 months forward. We just had an eclipse on the 26th in Capricorn in the South Node. Now we're having one in the North Node. So what kind of energy do you want to be bringing in over the next 6 months? What kind of stuff do you want to be nurturing, loving, and especially so about yourself and your life? You want to feel nurtured by whatever you're going to be focusing on during this time, okay? So... very big stuff there. Check out the reading on that. Again, I'm not diving too deep here into the astrology because we got a lot to go over, and these are supposed to be shorter monthlies. So on the 12th of December, we obviously have that huge Saturn-Pluto conjunction. And again, if you want to know more about all of this stuff, guys, definitely check out the 2020 yearly read that I did for all the signs. Yours is up and it is amazing. You guys have an amazing looking year ahead, so definitely go check that out. I'm really jealous. I would love to be a Pisces right now. But I'll take my Pisces midheaven and I'll run with it anyways. So we have a Saturn-Pluto conjunction. It happens only every 20 or so years. I think it's like every 20 years. It hasn't happened since the early 80s. It's extremely powerful. It helps you create these huge goals, but they're only going to pull through, especially with it being in Capricorn, if you're willing to put the work you can, put in the work to transform, to really rebirth here. So it's going to be really, really about taking back your power, not being a victim anymore. You're going to be looking at things with new perspectives. You know, where do you feel empowered versus where do you not? And you're going to be cutting back on commitments, responsibilities that are no longer appropriate, that prevent you from feeling empowered, that stop you or stunt you in terms of your growth, your communication, and your movement forward. So you're going to be really looking at, you know, what are your priorities? Are they appropriate now? Are you wanting to start new projects? Where do you want to start new things? Where do you want to put new energy moving forward? December 12th, 14th, we have Venus moving into your sign, which is going to be really, really wonderful energy for love for you guys. It's going to be first house, all about, you know, again, you in relation to others. How do you come across? How are you communicating with others? How are you communicating within love and relationships? And what do you really want now? And how will you go about getting it? It's going to be really different than it was last year or even maybe a month ago. So December 16th, 17th, we have Mercury moving into Aquarius, your 12th house. Then we also have the Sun moving into Aquarius on the 20th, 21st. Again, your 12th house. Very deep, really focusing on death, rebirth, all that kind of nature of, you know, who am I in relation to the cosmos, looking at all these deeper things, like the more introspective, more metaphysical, more religious almost kind of aspects, really looking deep at who you are again and who you want to be and the goals and how we're going about things and what do we need to change now moving towards the future and who we want to be, how we want our life to be. It's really big stuff this month. The 24th, especially because you just have so much 12th house stuff going on, it's like, okay, Pisces, the 24th, we have a new moon in Aquarius, and that's going to really, again, it's going to just bring more focus into that, new perspectives, new energy on, your beliefs, on who you are, on how you define yourself, on how you look at your world, on what you want your world to look like. And it's going to be just big, I feel like, eruptions from deep within coming out, just changing you. So let's find better ways to word what's happening this month with the tarot. And as usual, we're using the Morgan Greer for you because for some reason you guys have like lock and key on this deck. I don't know why. They just love working with Pisces. I just did some readings for some of my friends and both of the Pisces chose this deck. So I'm just like, Pisces, y'all love the Morgan Greer deck for some reason. I don't know why. So let's check it out. January 2020 for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. For Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I'm interested to see what comes out because I pulled one ahead of time to see what your energy was going to be like when I was just connecting with your energy. And it was the Ace of Rods. So for me, it feels like you guys have a lot to say and a lot of really good energy moving forward here. A lot to communicate. You're looking for new energies, new paths, just newness moving forward. You don't want to be on the same old path, same old life, same old feeling, same old way of living. It's just, you want to change on a deeper level. And on a bigger level. Why can't we get one card for you guys? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh. I love it. Okay, I can't wait to show you these cards. We're going to keep pulling and then I'll show you, okay? Oh, Pisces. Like, you need to check out your 2020 reading if you haven't. Like, wow. Because this card was there and it came up big time. So let's see how this month plays out for you. The rest of January 2020. What will be happening significantly for Pisces this month? This has been a rocky month so far. I don't know about you guys. This eclipse has been wildly unpleasant energy for me as a Cancer rising. And I was like, this is going to be good. It's going to be great. But like, has it been... Yeah, your cards aren't popping out as quickly as the others, which leads me to believe, again, with all the 12th house energy, that you're feeling a lot of things very deeply. You're working through a lot of really deep things here that maybe you're not communicating about as much. At first, at least. Yep. January 2020 for Pisces. One card at a time. There's big choices for you this year. Big love energy this year, but you have to be willing to sacrifice who you were in terms of love and adopt something, or adopt new rhetoric, new values, new ways of going about it. And I feel like 2019, it was forcing you to really look at all the things that were wrong about how you were going about love. So maybe things went sour a lot, or you felt lonely, or nothing felt great. But it was really trying to show you why those feelings, why that energy, why that stuff wasn't working, and what you needed to change about your life and perspective, how you were going about it in order to receive the love that you want. So let's get one more. 1, 2, 3. Let's get one more. There it freaking goes. I don't really know which way you want to come out, but you might need some clarifiers here, Pisces. Interesting stuff. Your overall energy for this month, though, is the Lovers. How amazing is that? You have, again, like I was saying, choices. And I think a lot of you are working out which way you want to go with something or someone. Again, if this is a love situation this month, we have a lot. I don't know. It's almost like you guys are thinking about long-term versus, like, I don't know. Some of you guys are, like, ready almost to take something to a long-term place. To take it to a place where you can show it to others, talk to people about it. I don't know. It's like... You want to take something to a more serious level for some of you, or you want to open yourself up to the truth of love and connection, and you really just like want to dive deep into a connection here. It feels like for some of you, there's a lot of growth here in love, and it's kind of almost like a choice here. There's conflict between different attractions, and for some of you, it's, you know, and I gotta say, just because I know a lot of Pisces, you guys are not the most committed folk. And I'm not saying that as in like you're cheating, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's just that you guys have a hard time with the whole settling down and committing to somebody, or you always find a reason not to, or there's, you know, I have to give up my hermeticism for this, and like that just sucks. I really like being alone. Do I really want something more? But I think that there's confliction here. It's like, this isn't what I've ever wanted, but now I want it. And that was kind of a thing that came up this year for you guys, was a heavy focus on love. And I'm not saying it like in a very, it doesn't have to be in a traditional sense, but when the Hierophant comes up here next to it with the Lovers, I think some of you are choosing to go into more traditional, more stable situations. You actually want stability in a relationship. You actually want something real. You actually want, you might want something more than what you've ever wanted before. And yet there's this juxtaposition here, because in the center we get the Hermit. I mean, you have 3 major arcanas right in a row here. 3 out of 5 cards. That's, I mean, I wasn't doing long readings this month, and I wasn't expecting this many major arcana, but you and I think it was Capricorn got like 3 major arcanas so far. And that's nothing to snuff about, and that's nothing that I can't make it a short reading when 3 cards like this come out, and it's like, you guys, this is a really good year for you. But you have to be willing to look at at where you're at now and where you want to go moving forward. Wow. You know what? I've never noticed this about this card. I don't even want to pull another now because this is just making a lot of sense to me. I've never noticed that he wasn't holding the other wand, which is crazy because there's obviously 3 hands in this situation. And it's only occurring to me now after I've used this deck almost like, I use this deck daily. I use it all the time, even for my own personal readings and stuff. How have I not noticed that there's a 3rd hand? So you're looking at the world from your perspective and from where you've come from. But maybe somebody or something, a new energy is coming in. I'm sorry, something like just like dropped out of the sky. I don't know, I'll have to see what that was later. Sorry, again, maybe something is kind of dropping out of the sky, and it could be feelings for some of you. Wow, I never thought I'd be at this point. I never thought I'd be ready to do something about it. But here is this energy that kind of comes in and asks you, what are you going to do with this now? Because you've been sitting here looking at the ball and the wand for a while, and where you might want it to go. And it's come this far, but where do you go now? It's very much about having power and dominion all in your grasp about this situation, and yet you're not really feeling, you haven't stepped into it yet. You haven't stepped forward. You're still on the outskirts considering. So this month is about making a choice in terms of love. It's about really looking at, you know, the conflict between where you want to go and what you're feeling now versus where, I don't know, it's like, where do you want to go versus where you are now, and how are you going to get there? And are you willing to make the choices that you need to make to get there? Are you willing to put your heart on the line? The Hermit comes up here, and next to that is the 3 of Cups. So I want to see how that kind of, Jesus, now you're talking, guys. Now you're freaking talking. Of course, that came out face down, though, so I can't really take that. But they got something to say, that's for sure. Come on, just one upright would be nice. I just feel for some of you, oh, itchy nose, something's about to come up. Wow, this has got to be the month of Four of Wands, because every single person I've read for so far, and in a different deck, has gotten the Four of Wands. Capricorn, Aquarius, and you have all gotten the Four of Wands. And I feel like at the start of 2020, we're really looking at what makes us happy, what brings us harmony, what brings us joy. And for you guys, again, I think this has a lot to do with relationships and love. I'm not trying to make this a love reading, but it really feels like you guys are... You have a long-term plan maybe with somebody, or you have this long-term plan of what you want your life to look like, who you want it to be with, and can it really get there? And I feel that you guys are on the cusp of starting some really big stories here, maybe even with twin flame energy, just because we have Four of Wands and it just keeps showing up. I don't like to get too caught up on the twin flame thing, but for me, this almost feels like this other person feels very equal to you, very much like a mirror, not like in a you're the same way, but this person is your perfect other half. The situation is your perfect half. It's your perfect happy ending. You don't think you could really mesh or connect as well with anybody else. There's a happiness here. There's a harmony. There is a sense of just bountiful, well-earned prosperity, well-earned harmony within this situation. A real equality within a relationship and happiness. Really true harmony. And you guys are needing to sit back and really focus on what brings that. Three of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, for me signifies celebratory stuff here, something to celebrate. The time has come for something. The time has come to take your love to town for some of you. The time has come to take something and go somewhere with it passionately. Because again, with that Ace of Rods, I mean, there she is at the end of your reading, Queen of Rods. She's holding that ace that I first saw before I even turned on the camera. So to me, I feel communicating with other people, communicating our feelings, taking our love to town, maybe even seeking out advice from friends or a situation like that could really help with this situation, because we have big decisions in terms of love. And I think for a lot of you, it's opening yourself. It's, do I want to sacrifice my independence for codependence? And I don't mean codependence in a negative way, but to enter an equal relationship, to really merge these two energies together, to bring life to love in a new way here. I mean, it's really two becoming one. And I know that we don't see the Two of Cups here, but that's what I feel, is that we have a choice to make two into one here. We found that person, I think, for some of you, that you want to do that with. And with that Wheel of Fortune underneath the Three of Cups and the Queen of Rods, I feel that change is here, success is here. It's time for something to shift. I mean, when the Wheel of Fortune shows up, you know, it's your fate. It feels like fate is unfolding. And I think a lot of you guys have sensed this fate for a long time. You've sensed a deeper connection. You knew there was a longer story to whatever this situation, whoever this situation is about. And fate is starting to unfold in 2020. Oh my God. That was one heck of a last card to get. The World, the Wheel of Fortune after the World. You have new cycles beginning, and you have to allow fate to unfold in this new chapter to open up to you. I don't think there's really any stopping this ball once it gets rolling. Once you start realizing, oh my God, I'm getting chills. Your connection with this person, this situation, the choice that, you know, that you have opening up to you here. It's it's like you stepping out of the shadows here to really claim such happiness, such joy, such amazing love for a lot of you. But also, if it has to do with moving, this is the time to make those moves. This is the time to change your course. This is the time where it will happen. And you will make a choice, it feels like, this month. There's been a lot of looking, there's been a lot of considering, but oh my God, and there it is. I don't know why. I was like, I feel like there's one more. And you guys got way more cards than everybody else. Don't tell them yet. But wow. Wheel of Fortune, the World, and the Ace of Rods. I mean, this is just the source, the origin of strength, of energy, of creation, of passion. It's communication. Any communication that you put out truthfully this month that comes from deep within, that talks about, you know, once you have sat down and considered, what is my harmony, what is my happy place, what is my dream life, the relationship I want to be in, all of that. And it's like you reach out, you take all that from within, you reach out and you put it out there, and guess what? People are so ready to celebrate it. You'll find that people actually feel the same, that situations start growing, that friends are there to help you, that you've got something to celebrate and to take to town here. And that you have, if you're willing to communicate and to move forward with communication passionately and to move towards whatever it is that you truly want passionately and choose to go for it, choose to follow that feeling of fate that has been guiding you here all along. Look at that. The keys are right there. You have a really intense reading here. I mean, I can't help it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that's 5 major arcana and an ace. That's nothing to sniff at. This is a beautiful time of change and shifting, and I just can't wait for it for you guys. Oh gosh, what deck do we want to use here? Let's start with the Goddess deck. Journey to the Goddess Realm Oracle deck by Lisa Porter. Given to me by my dear friend Lindsay. And then we're going to pull actually a Romance Angel card because I just don't know. I just feel like that's the one that you need to hear from as well. Isn't that weird? I know. Yes! Okay, here we go. Oh, I love that you guys just got this. Wow. This is exactly how you're coming across here. Empowerment, Lilith. You guys need to be empowered in your feelings and to stop feeling like, about it, okay? Go for it. Ancient Sumerian goddess Lilith, whose name means screech owl, is powerful and controversial. Due to her refusal to be dominated sexually by her husband Adam, she was demonized by patriarchal institutions. Lilith chose independence and allied herself with the animal and spirit realm. Adam was forced to have a compliant replacement, Eve, from God. Lilith defies any form of male control. She may be depicted as a winged serpent or with a serpent entwined around her. Her long hair is symbolic of feminine powers. The apple represents sexual awakening. Lilith has blown in to demand that you stand up for what you know is right, no matter how unpopular this position may be. Be free in your uniqueness and know you are your own authority. And it's so weird because I just did some readings for a Pisces in my life, and they both got this card, and I just feel like you guys are empowered, especially sexually, physically, emotionally, in terms of love. You're ready to put it out there, and you're like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to tell you how I feel. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to coming out of the closet. I'm doing this. I'm telling people that this is who I am, and I'm not afraid. Like, I'm not afraid of my feelings. I'm not afraid of who I am in my own sexuality and the connections that I have in those realms. Like, it's very... it's very about independence, liberation, and Pisces, like, this is just you all over it. It's very daring, and it really, gets you free from the bondage that you've really been trying to conform to. So this is just like, wow, what a freaking month. It's like, bam, expansive for you guys this month. And I don't see the tower, but it's almost like internally you knock down the tower already and you choose to just go for it. Like, putting out that energy. You got that wand, you got that passion. Here we freaking go, right? That's how it feels. Let's grab a Doreen Virtue card here. The Romance Angels. You guys got such a long reading compared to everybody else. You better be thankful. Pisces. Let go of control issues. Okay, well, that's dramatic. Dramatic. Okay, very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. All right. Pisces, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope you enjoyed your messages. If you or anyone else that you know ever needs a reading, all the information is below, right in the description box. If you haven't, do make sure to subscribe, share the video to any Pisces you think it could help. Check out your 2020 reading. You guys especially, check out your 2020 reading. It's like, I just can't even believe it. So check that out, guys. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of January. I'll see you in the dailies. I'll see you in February. Do check out that lunar eclipse, full moon reading that I did for Cancer, and keep an eye out for the new moon one by the end of the month. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of January. Namaste.